Welcome to Serving Leominster. I'm your host, Frank Ardinger, and Leominster is a great city that has a small town atmosphere about it. In Leominster, I've noticed that there are many individuals and organizations that provide services to help keep the community having that small town atmosphere. But quite often, those organizations don't get the recognition they deserve. And the purpose of this show is to interview and showcase some of these individuals and their organizations. My guests are Louise Hogue and John Souza of the Rotary Club of Leominster, both of whom are involved in many different organizations in Rotary, in addition to Rotary. John, what are some of the organizations that you belong to?
Well, I'm chairman of the planning board, and have been chairman for 25 years, and on the board for 30 plus. Also, Our Lady of the Lake, I was very active there with the church and the bazaar and their organizations, and go way back with scouting, so I've done different things.
You're also involved in Shoalin Farms, I understand?
Oh, very much so.
Okay.
We're in the middle of a campaign now to build a new barn, and our old one got burned down 20 plus years ago, so that's been a big project, and we hope to get kicked off in the next week or so.
Good. Now, Louise, you're the president of the Leominster Rotary.
Yes, I am.
What are some of the organizations that you're involved with?
Pretty much youth. I've always been active in the schools with all school youth activities, middle school, mostly. Community Coalition.
What is the Community Coalition?
That's run by Francine Meggs at the middle school, and we do service projects throughout the community. The kids come up with the ideas, and we gear them how to be safe and help them with the projects.
And what are there any particular projects you're working on right now?
We will be working on a couple. We're working on blankets for kids with leukemia. We started that project last year, but we didn't get to finish it. We do cards and candies for seniors and vets. We also, off the top of my head, I'm trying to think what we do.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean,
Yeah,
very busy.
We do food drives for Ginnies, backpacks for the homeless with Ginnies, and help the police station with them as well.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand that the Rotary has had a special event this year. Can you tell us about that? Like 100 years?
Yes, we've been in service for 100 years. And we are planning a special project, which we applied for a grant. We got the grant approval. So we are raising funds to feed the homeless, help food insecurities.
Okay.
And we want to package 100,000 meals in honor of our 100 years in service.
It's fantastic. Okay. That's going to happen later on this year?
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's talk a little bit about Johnny Appleseed. It's a fun event, right?
Correct.
John, you've been involved with the Johnny Appleseed Festival for many years. Can you tell us about Rotary's history with Johnny Appleseed?
Oh, gee, I've been a Rotary now for, 20 plus years, so we've been involved from pretty much the inception. And we've had all kinds of different, started I think with Two in a Bowl 2 meatballs in a bowl, and we did that for years. And we've had popcorn, and we've had different projects for a long time. We had chowder. When we used to have Weather Vane restaurant in town, we worked hand in hand with Weather Vane, and we had chowder. Well, Weather Vane is, I think the closest one now is Kittery. So
No.
that project sort of went side. And in the recent years, we've grown quite a bit to what we know: hamburgers and hot dogs and fried dough and French fries. And we've gone from a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 12 pop up to, I think a tent 40 feet long or 30 feet long this year. So we have a major contribution. And a big part of that is is not only a fundraiser for Rotary, but we also help, there are other organizations that we help, with that money. And so it's a big task, and it's done with a lot of, not only just Rotary, but there's a lot of corporations in the city that help us out with the donated things. So the percentages we have are pretty good, but it all goes back into the community in our budget and a lot of different programs.
All right, great. Louise, over the last few years, the Rotary booth has expanded, as John mentioned. We started out with chowder recently, and then we expanded into hamburgers, hot dogs, and all that other stuff. But tell us a little about the booth this year. What are we going to be doing this year?
Well, we did add a new feature last year, which was fried dough. So that's we're continuing with fried dough. That was a big hit last year. Everyone loved our fried dough. So we're still doing hamburgers, hot dogs, sausage, and peppers. But we are doing the meatball sandwiches instead of 2 in a bowl.
Meatball subs, huh?
Meatball subs instead. So we're making easy carry out food.
Okay, all right. We couldn't do this without some of our sponsors, and I have a list here. If I can just go through it real quickly of our sponsors. John had mentioned this, we need a lot of help with this. Much of our food is donated. Much of the material is donated to us. So, but it's only fair that we recognize them. And one of our major sponsors is the Manor on the Hill. They've supplied us with hamburgers and stuff in the past, and they're doing it again this year. Hannaford's Market is supplying us with a lot of water, which we sell. El Camino Restaurant, they supply our meatballs. Great.
Yeah, those are special meatballs.
Those are special
those are
meatballs.
the best.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Burger King, they have supplied us with a piece of equipment this year that's going to come in very handy. A new piece of equipment that we'll be able to use. And Dairy Queen supplies us with over 300 hamburger rolls this year. Fantastic, in that respect. And of course, BJ's and some of the other stores give us a small donation in the form of a gift card, which helps offset some of our expenses. But without them, our price would be a lot higher than what we are right now, because we're able to give a good value for our meals, right?
Correct. Our sponsors are very generous to us, and we greatly appreciate everything they do for us.
No, this is out to both of you. When do we start planning? When do you start planning for the Johnny Appleseed Festival?
I think it's a year-round project.
Yeah.
Because we're making contacts. In order to make plans for just the meatballs, or to the, you have to contact these people months in advance, so that that because things change from year to year, and different companies have, and some have been with us for a long time. So really, it's really like, I'm going to say probably closer to a 6-month project from the time the inception to the actual day, and then the cleanup after. So it's in storing of a lot of the equipment, and that's what's happened is we've built up things over the years through donations. Like the fryer laters. Well, we used to have to borrow them now we own our own fryer later. So that's, and, or we would have to rent them. And usually the rental company gave us a break on the rental fee. So I feel that with the Rotary, it's not just one organization that's doing the project. We bring in multiple organizations and companies that all feel a part of what we do.
Okay. What about the last week or so? Is that a little bit hectic?
Well, that's a lot of running around,
It's a lot of planning, double checking. Not just the last week. I would say the last month we're on our toes, constantly double checking. Did you take care of this? Are we all set for this? We're constantly working. I don't think JA is never off the plate, so to speak.
That's good. And then after the event, as John mentioned, we usually have a recap of something just to kind of review what worked well and what didn't work so well, and correct that for next year. Yeah, good. Let's talk about the day of the festival. What does that look like?
You want to say the morning?
What time do you start in the morning, John?
We had to be downtown for about 6. So it's when the alarm goes off, and I hit it about 3 times at 5, because I usually don't get up at that hour. And in fact, I can't remember, except for last Johnny Appleseed, that I got up at that hour.
Yeah.
So we get up early. We have a good crew that's there, and it's kind of unique. Well, it's one of the situations is that you have to bring all your equipment in, and it has to be all unloaded in around 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's not only you, but it's everybody that's there. So it's a real jockeying process between all the trucks and all the different people setting up, and you want to get your stuff off so you're not in the way of. I think Aroma Joe's is next to us, so that they can get their trucks in and set up and do things like that. So it's only us, but it's a combination of people. But it's an early so that we can open on time and be functioning when people show up. And it's a plan. But it's an early start, and it runs for. Well, after everybody goes home, we're still there for another hour and a half anyway.
So you're really looking at a 12-hour day that day, 12 or 13-hour day, huh?
I think I sleep for 2 after that.
Okay.
2 days.
Yeah. Let's see. How many people do you think we served last year?
Wow. There was a lot. I don't even have the numbers off the top of my head.
Someone told me it was like 1,000 meals we served last year.
Well, we're around 1,000 meals, and then
At least.
But it's different people. Somebody will just come in for a water or a soda, and somebody will have just a hot dog. Somebody will come in for fried dough, and so it's well. We had line. There was probably from the time we opened until. I don't know, late in the afternoon, we had a steady line in front of our booth.
Yeah.
So,
it takes a lot of people to do that.
Oh,
a lot of volunteers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
About I don't know how.
Well, any one time, I'd say we have probably 2 people on the grill.
If
2
not
people
more.
as cashiers, and fried dough, and then we probably at any one time we have 6 to 7 people in the booth actually, and then we rotate through the day. A lot of our members will come in for a 2 or a 3-hour shift. So I mean, I think through the whole day, I think we probably have a good 20 to 25 people involved.
Yeah. That's good.
And then some people stay longer because they can see the need that the lines, which is great.
Yeah. You mentioned, John, that we provide some money to other organizations and stuff as the recipients of this event. Maybe Louise could tell us some of the projects that we have that we help fund with our proceeds?
Okay, we help with fuel assistance. That's always necessary. We do the transition for mothers and children's. We help with
Well,
our RILA program.
tell us about Ryla. That's
Oh,
one of your favorite projects,
my
right?
favorite project. I have four high schools that I take care of within the area. And I interview sophomores for a leadership program, a 3-day program at Fitchburg State in the summer. And these kids that I have interviewed and have attended are amazing. Last year we had 17 kids altogether. I usually have 10, but some of my kids won the lottery, which is a blessing. And then some of my students have come back for leadership roles in the program. And the kids come back and they're amazed and they're grateful for it. So that's it's a definite great program for the sophomores. Then we also have a scholarship program for seniors. We do, but our favorite is RILA.
Favorite is Ryla. Okay.
Favorite is RILA.
Yeah, that's your favorite. Well, you mentioned the fuel assistance program, and somebody need to give me some notes on that. Now, we supply 100 gallons of fuel on an emergency basis during the winter for someone that ran out of fuel, doesn't have time to go through the paperwork to get from the city and stuff like that. So we automatically give 100 gallons of fuel delivered that day. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yeah, we're pretty much the organization of last resort, let's put it that way.
Okay.
After they've gone through, and I've done the program for years, and again, we work with different oil companies in different years. Fred has helped us, and Brito has helped us, and the different companies. So again, it's a community. Rotary is a community organization, brings in a number of people, and one of the beauties, is that there are people who have exhausted sometimes what the city can do or what different state agencies can do. So at that point, we pretty much coordinate it through the mayor's office, and we get somebody to come in, and sometimes it's 50 gallons or 100 gallons. But we have it's usually we usually have, I don't know, $6,000 to $5,000 budget for that annually. So those go to people, but it's not like they get it all the time. It's a lot of like an interim.
It's an emergency.
It's more of an emergency,
right.
type program.
Right.
So
they get it that day, no questions asked.
no questions asked.
Fantastic.
You got a problem, you're out of fuel.
Yeah.
We coordinate. And the different oil companies have a budget, and that we've preset, and they get a phone call and they deliver it to so and so, and they do it.
Good. Talking about the transition assistance, what do we do to help these mothers and children that are in need of supplies to make a transition from shelter back into the community?
We usually go out and we buy a laundry basket and we fill it with cleaning supplies for them, everything that they need. And we deliver the baskets. They tell us how many families. We go out and purchase the goods. We deliver. They give them to the families.
Okay. All right. That sounds fantastic. We also have a day of service sometimes, and we haven't done it every year, but quite often we do this day of service. What does that involve?
We have a project, and we get as many Rotarians and volunteers, and we get together. We could be cleaning up a church. We could be painting. We could be planting flowers. If there's a service project out there that someone needs some help, we lend a hand.
Okay, great.
Okay.
And you mentioned flowers. I've seen signs downtown on the barrels that have Rotary on it. So what do we do with those?
Okay, our sponsors, we have sponsors that help us with the flowers, and their donations help our programs, especially Ryla. Unfortunately, this year we suffered a little bit with our flowers.
But they're coming back. Yeah.
We had some vandalism. We had flowers disappear, but we were trying.
Yeah,
to
we got
replace
4
them.
empty barrels right now.
Yeah.
They just disappeared. We don't know where they went.
Yeah.
Somebody liked our flowers.
Someone liked our flowers a lot.
Now, we also participate in the community activities like the summer stroll, and do we do that type of stuff too?
We've done that a number of
We've
times. A lot
done
of
it.
times we
Yeah.
just give away candy.
Yeah.
You will set up a booth. It's sort of it's not a fundraiser for us. We participate and we're part of the community. We let people know what Rotary is.
Mm-hmm.
And we usually have, a booth and we just give away, penny candy for the kids that are there.
Okay.
We do that then, and we also do that like for the Halloween parade.
Okay.
We just the Rotary as a presence, and those are giveaway times.
Yeah. Do you do anything for Starburst?
Oh, yes. We give out the American flag and glow sticks to everyone coming into the field.
So to everyone or just the
To
kids?
everyone. Doesn't
Wow.
matter how old you are, how young you are. You can have a glow stick and you can have an American flag. And it goes over quite well. We gave out a couple hundred this year of each.
That's fantastic. Okay, that's good. There's another program, the Festival of Trees at the City Hall for Christmas. Do we participate in that?
Yep. Every year we put up a tree, and that, of course, helps the mayor's fuel assistance.
Okay.
So every year we pick a theme, and I decorate the tree, and the tree gets bids, and whatever is raised, it goes to the mayor's fund.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Now, I've heard something about a big event that you do with Fitchburg. What is that?
Oh,
Coming
breakfast for the bands.
Breakfast for the bands, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fitchburg Rotary and Leominster Rotary get together, and we raise funds for the Fitchburg and Leominster bands. And the proceeds are split. And they benefit and the money is used for whatever they need.
Yeah.
And
yeah. What happened about, I think it's been 25 years now. Fitchburg, actually, one of their members went to the Fitchburg Leominster football game, and the Fitchburg band came out in sweatshirts because the band could not afford their uniforms. I guess their uniforms had gotten a little ratty. So they said, well, let's do a fundraiser. And they did a small pancake breakfast. And one of our members was very, friendly. The Fitchburg and Leominster Rotaries have always done things together, socials together, and said, hey, why don't we get the two together? And then I said, well, it's a competition for the football game. Let's do something together for the bands. So that's what this is. A breakfast of the bands is always the Sunday before Thanksgiving. And pretty much every other year we alternate. It's, because of certain things, COVID, things got sort of out of whack. But usually, if the football game is in Leominster, the breakfast will be at Fitchburg High and vice versa. And we typically serve in Leominster around 800 to 900 people. And in Fitchburg, a little bit less because, especially with the new high school, they're so far out. And it's harder for older people to get out there. But we have raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. We typically, this year, I think we will be giving, or last year rather, we actually, I'm going from memory, I think each school got $8,500.
That's $8,500 per school.
$8,500
Per
per
school.
school.
Per school.
Okay, and it goes to the band. No strings attached. They can use it for. There's been uniforms. There's been instruments. We bought a xylophone for them for 1 year, and other instruments because some kids can't afford instruments. So and then it goes for the uniforms or for their equipment trailers. It's whatever. It goes to the band boosters. I don't say it goes to the school. It really goes to the band boosters. Okay, and they can use it to support the band.
Okay.
And anywhere they see, it could be buy music for the band. You know, here's the money. So basically, we take in a slight administrative fee, and the balance is split equally between the two bands.
No, great. Let's talk about Rotary in general. Just a little plug for Rotary because it's we're a local organization, and we obviously focus on Rotary in here, but. Is Rotary an international organization, I believe?
Rotary is the largest single civic organization in the world.
The largest, huh?
The largest. And Rotary is the only organization that has a seat on the United Nations.
That's interesting to hear.
Okay? And how that came about was because way back when they were starting, because Rotary is so so worldwide, and it's business people. It's primarily business and professionals. You know, we get a lot of professional people and business people. That they were the movers and shakers in most of the countries. Mm-hmm. So when they want to reorganize the United Nations, those were the people they went to. And most of these people were part of Rotary. So when the United Nations they actually, if you looked, when they show all the flags of all the countries, the Rotary flag is there.
Oh, fantastic.
It's the only organization. And their biggest program worldwide has been the eradication of polio. And that's been going on. And I think there were 2 countries, it's Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Yeah.
Okay.
That still have polio, but pretty much polio has been eradicated. Yeah, every year there's a case here or there, but it has been eradicated in the world, and primarily that's through the Rotary effort. I remember reading back, I'm going to say 5 or 6 years ago, in India, they do the oral, and what they call it is Purple Pinky Day. And what that is kind of unique because a lot of these people, they don't read the lower socioeconomic. So in order to keep track of who got the vaccine, they take the child's little finger and they put it in indelible ink. So they have a purple pinky.
Okay.
So that's how they keep track. And I think India did, in a 2-weekend period, did 50 million kids.
Fantastic.
50 million. So just
Fantastic.
the organization to get all the vaccine into different locations to get it set up, it just gives you an idea of the capacity of Rotary and the people that work. They don't do it all alone, but the Rotary is a big fundraiser. A lot of the monies that we raise goes to national, to our foundation, and the foundation takes care of that.
Okay. All right. That's great. Locally, if someone was interested in Rotary, how would they find out?
They could go right to our website.
Okay.
And when you go to our website, it gives you all our contact information, our meeting, and you could just look us up and send us an email and we'll get right back to you.
Okay. And that website is leominster-rotary.org?
Yes.
That's correct. Okay. I just want to make sure my notes were correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you both for your time today. I mean, it's a great conversation. Rotary, personally, it's dear to my heart. I am a Rotarian, by the way.
I couldn't gather that.
And it just seems like we do so much locally, internationally, that if someone really wanted to serve other people, they would join Rotary, wouldn't they?
Yes.
It's everybody. Yeah, we don't care. We have all many different levels, different people, different races. It's all.
Yeah,
It's
there's no questions
we're a
asked.
worldwide organization.
Right. Yeah.
So it's really important that it's all encompassing, and we meet if somebody's interested. Most of the time, we meet at noontime, or you could pop in at El Camino on a Monday noontime.
So you can visit the website, leominster-rotary.org. If you want to contact me, my email is thomasardinger@gmail.com. That's THOMASARDINGER@gmail.com, and I can certainly put you in contact with our membership chairperson, John. And if you know of anyone that would like to participate in this show, as I said, we're trying to highlight individuals and organizations that really contribute something to the community to keep Leominster feeling like the small community that it really is. Okay, so if you want to reach out to me, please do so. Send me a brief overview, I should say, of their reason that they should be on this show, and we'll get them on as soon as possible. But I want to thank our guests. I want to thank the Rotary for doing so much in the city, and thank you very much for watching us today. Thank you.
This is LTV.